Now let me ask you something. If someone handed you a key to be free, will you still sleep in a cell because it's familiar? Have you ever tried to be good enough for God, your auditional for His approval, or compared your spiritual walk as a competition? Now here's the kicker. What if God is actually offended when you try to earn what He has already given freely? In this episode, we explore Paul's emotional open letter to Galatians. We're going to move from chapter 2 all the way to chapter 6, where a former Pharisee who once enforced religious laws is now tearing them down with truth and grace. Welcome back, survivors, ambassadors, saints. This is where stories of faith rises from the ruins of fear, where freedom isn't about feeling, it is a fight, where the Bible is not just an ancient book, it is alive. Welcome back as we go through the part 2 into this episode of the letter to the Galatians. Chapter 2, Clash at the Table. Jerusalem, tension in the air. Paul walks into the meeting with Peter and is about to go down. Peter has been eating with the Gentiles until the Jewish believers showed up, and then he pulled back. Paul, he called him out publicly. Why? Because he's not walking in line with the truth of the gospel. This is where Paul went ahead and dropped a verse that is so powerful that theologians quote it to this day. It's like a battle anthem. I've been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. Verse 20. Chapter 3. Who bewitched you? Paul is fuming. He looked at the Galatians and was like, you who started in the spirit, miracles, healing, joy, prophecies, is now going back to the rule book? Let's break this down. You guys began with grace, and now you're chasing works. That's spiritual insanity. Did you receive the Spirit by works of the law or by hearing with faith? Verse 2. Chapter 4 is not slaves. Right here, Paul flips the narrative. You're not a servant trying to impress the master. You're a son, you're a daughter, you're an heir. Now here's the crazy part. This is where the twist began, because some people actually want to go back to slavery. Why? Because it's just predictable. Law gives you check boxes. Grace gives you freedom and responsibility. Now we are no longer living like slaves under the law, but we enjoy being God's very own sons and daughters. Verse 7. Chapter 5. The Spirit-filled life. Freedom isn't a license to indulge. It is a call to walk by the Spirit. One proof that the Spirit is at work? Check your fruit. Love, joy, peace, patience. Not achievements, not trophies, not titles, not bank statements, but evidence being rooted in Christ. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience. Verse 22. Chapter 6. So what matters? Right here we can see Paul ends with a practical wisdom. Each other's burdens, don't grow tired in doing good. Whatever you plant, fruit or ego, grace or guilt, you will harvest them in due time. Don't be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Verse 7. Now let's wrap this up. The scars of freedom. Paul closes with this line: "Let no one cause me trouble, for I bear on my body marks of Jesus." Not medals, not applause. Scars. The scars of someone who chooses freedom over fear, spirit over law, relationship over religion. Now it's time to bring this home. Who told you you weren't free? Was it the law? Was it the culture? Was it your past? Was it your mistakes? Was it your trauma? Was it the church? Was it the political system? Was it your village folks? Was it the mirror in your bedroom? Whatever it is, they lied. Because in Christ, you are free. We are free. We're not barely surviving. We're not barely hanging on by guilt. You are free to love, free to forgive, free to walk in the Spirit, free to rise again from the ashes, free to be a new creature, free to express the gifts of the Spirit. Paul's letter to the Galatians wasn't just ink, it was a revolution, a declaration of spiritual independence, a cosmic jailbreak. So stand firm, live free, walk tall, because your identity isn't in rules, it's in the one who wrote your name in grace before time began. This is the gospel of freedom. So let me ask this again. Are you sleeping in a cell when the door is wide open? Because grace is not a hall pass, it is a key, and that key fits your lock. So Ben, what can we put on our survivor's key in this book of Galatians? Number one, let go of performance-based faith. Choose to soar in the Spirit. Serve someone this week. Forgive deeply. Walk freely. Number two, write out Galatians 2:20 anywhere you can see it daily. You've been listening to the Band of Survivors. Stand firm in the freedom Christ won for you. Until next time, we're moving into the next letter, which is the Message Church of Corinth. You don't want to miss that. So, until next time, live like you're free. Love like you've been rescued. And don't just survive, live.